Okay. Hi, I'm HAINBACH and it's good to have you back. I'm setting up for the biggest solo live show I have ever played. I'm opening up for rival consoles. Hi, Ryan, thanks for the invite. At the Barbican Center in London. In a week, I'm going to perform parts of my new album Voice Magnetic in a way that allows me a lot of freedom. And that's where we'll start the live setup tour. I always face the same problem when I play live. To me, the best version of a piece is the one that I've recorded. How can I perform this piece live and make it better? The solution for me is by not playing the whole piece, but by putting parts of it on tape loops and then exploring that core idea in new ways. The tape machine I'm using is my trusty Nagra 4.2. I've had it with me on stage a bunch of times, but during the last show, well, a little accident happened. At the Barbican and at many other places, there won't be an audience member ready to step in and help me out. So I'm happy that I got now this. An idling wheel that W41 sent me. He's considering making a run of these, and it's really helpful because the tape runs so smoothly across it. It's absolutely amazing. To have something like this. It's way better than a mic stand or beer bottles. And I hope, he can make a bunch of these because I want more than one. It runs so smoothly you can't even see it move. But it does. I have 5 loops with me. Usually the order in which I play them is not fixed, but for this show, since I'm working with a visual artist, I decided on a running order. And the first track is a loop from The Impact of Time, from Voice Magnetic. If this sounds a bit different to you than the album version, that is because I'm playing it at the best speed, which is of course half speed. That is the first part of rediscovering a piece. The second part brings us to the Seat Lombard Coco Quantus, the Korg Triton of abstract electronic music. I've been learning to play this beautiful instrument for a long time now, and it was actually the reason I started this channel, to get good at performing with the Coco Quantus. Still using it after all these years, and it's still inspiring and surprising. A true stroke of genius from Peter Blasser. I've got a full video on this, and it's one of the very first ones, so bear with me while you watch it. To play bass to the loops, I'm using this bass Kalimba by Kalimbas, made by my friend Darren of Patchpoint. I've got every note tuned to one of the loops, so I know what I can play. And oftentimes I find with this, 3 notes, or even just 2, is plenty. I run it through this Moga-Foga delay, which makes it sound more like a synthesizer and takes away all the highs because the filter on this is very aggressive and also adds a nice delay. My main source for melodic material, apart from the tape loops, is the OP1 field. I've used the OP1 old school for a decade before I replaced it with this, because it simply sounds better and is less noisy. And the Coco Quantus will pick up any noise. It's noisy by itself, so having something that is noisy is not a good idea. This is clean, sounds good. I can save much more sounds than on the original, but for my live shows I usually only use 8 because I don't want many options. So I've got a classic here. A string sound. That I took over from my old OP1 patch. This is actually a recording of an orchestra that was playing one of my pieces. And I'm using the synthesizer engines too. I love this one. But here's, for example, a new one. That's the Kalimba, just a little bit treated. Sometimes I sequence that. A little bit of innocence can be beautiful when the rest is dark and noisy. I also have the tape loops backed up, so should anything happen to the tape machine, especially should it get lost in transit, I can recall the tape loops. I hope I never have to use it. It's always good to be prepared. I can do a lot of drums with the E-Kalimba and the oscillators on the Coco Quantus, but sometimes I want real drums. And I found this, the Rattlesnake from BME. This is a 1983 drum machine made in Luxembourg from a German company, if I'm not mistaken, that just sounds absolutely devastating. Over here are the effects. I'm using an Eventide black hole pedal because I love the black hole sound and it's got a lot of knobs and it's small. The Otto Boom is my trusty let's make everything sound better final compressor. This is indispensable for me live. And then I've got something new as effect. Fluss, a granular synthesizer I made together with Rambos, but it is also a processor. And I made a bunch of presets especially for playing live, which are available in the new update that I think sound pretty massive. The interface for the iPhone is this RME Babyface, which I use for the effects, but also to record the show, which is very handy. And I'm considering putting up backups of everything in here. So if everything breaks, I can at least still have some sort of show going on. I'm feeding fluss and eventide from aux channels on the mixer. Here I've got a lovely Spirit Folio, but I just put a mixer on the rider and I use whatever they have there. Usually I specify something like a Soundcraft or Element Heath or something of similar quality. The whole setup feels like an instrument. There's nothing really superfluous. I'm saying that now, but if I spend even more time patching it and playing with it, I think I could maybe even get rid of the drum machine. Or maybe... No, I think that would be it. Maybe even the drum machine. But I really like the electronic texture that it gives. Something sequenced versus something loop is always just a bit of a different feeling. If you are my Patreon, there will be a bit of music there waiting for you. I do hope I will see some of you at the live shows that I've planned over the year. I'll put those that are confirmed down in the description. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye.